Welcome to Adventure Outside the Lines. Tonight we're going to be showing you a RV tour. Amanda's going to walk you through our 2018 Keystone Hideout. It's a 31 RBDS model, as you can see there on the side. She's going to walk you through the interior features and how we live on the road full-time, part of the time, with 3 kids, 3 and under.
And if you're like us, you have been doing some research online already and maybe even going to some places to look at RVs, and there honestly are not that many bunk options. And so for us, when we were looking through, we're like, man, we don't want the bunk beds like right in the center of the living room, just because we want to be able to like stay up a lot later than the boys. So they go to bed at 8 p.m. And so it just seemed a little bit ridiculous to kind of have just a little curtain. So we're going to show you how awesome this bunkhouse is. Alright, come on inside. When you first walk into the trailer, you're dumped straight into the living room kitchen area. So we're just going to do a quick tour of the kitchen area real quick. This model, we just have this little bar area. We do bring our full-size coffee maker with us just because we drink a lot of coffee. We have looked at fruit baskets, but honestly right now we are getting ready to do a renovation in here, and so we didn't want to hang anything, so we just bring a little cake stand, or cupcake stand I should say, for our fruit that we keep back there. We do like to bring some plants with us. Underneath, so this was a really awkward space we didn't know what to do with for a very long time. We keep all of like the bigger stuff that we need to bring back there. We have a blender, we have some extra drinks, and then we bought this plastic caddy from Walmart, and we keep like the bottles and snack containers and stuff like that. Extra mason jars and water bottles, like glass water bottles, go down there. Over here we have our handy dandy banana hanger. It's just a command strip that we had. I'm surprised it honestly holds the bananas, but it does, so we leave it. This basket we just had at home. We try not to buy too much stuff from the RV just because we feel like you could just literally buy everything and it's so expensive. So we just keep some of our knives up here, that way it's away from the boys. Some of the utensils that we use. The grill or the oven does require that you use lighters, just because it doesn't actually turn on by itself. Then we keep our silverware up here as well. We don't actually use our microwave. Up here we have some storage. It's really messy, but it's really hard to access. So we just got some canvas totes. This is filled with our pastas and like breadcrumbs and stuff like that. We keep our oils up here, vitamins, and then our seasonings are all in this basket over here. We do use our oven to store some baking dishes. And one feature that we really love is the inner vac system. Most RVs, you kind of don't get that, but this one had it, so we snagged it up. We loved it so much. This is our fridge. We have everything is kind of crammed in there. Every single grocery trip, we have to reorganize it and just make it work, so roll with it. We do have an outdoor fridge. But the only trouble is that it doesn't stay on whenever you travel. So as long as you're plugged in, it runs, but we want to just keep things out there that could get hot during the travel process, because sometimes we travel up to like 4 to 5 hours and we don't want anything spoiling. So we did add this. It's our little note taker. We just have it hanging on command strips. This is our pantry and the boys' closet. Don't ask me why it's out here, but it is. And I am going to show this off real quick. This you can get for like $1 at Ace Hardware. They have some on Amazon that are strips too, but that way in darker closets and stuff you can just flip them on, and it's like an LED light that is actually inside that helps you see a lot better. And then over here on our table, we took the door off of this. Actually, let's just be honest. the boys ripped it off because it was hanging on by like very tiny screws. So, which actually just works out. And this is how we store our pots and pans, because we do not have any more drawers or storage space. So, just a canvas picnic tote. This table is removable, so if we wanted to take it outside or put it in the boys' room, no one has used it as a desk in there before. That totally moves, and we like it. There's more storage underneath here. It's actually really hard to access. Don't love it, but we keep like the Instant Pot, some extra blankets and sheets down there if we were to have company. My dad did stay with us when we were in Denver, so all of that's down there. These cabinets up above, we do keep our kitchen bags and then just some dishes that we do use every single day. This side over here, we have just a bucket that I like to call our junk bucket, and it's filled with just like batteries and chalk and different things that the boys need. And then on this side, I just have some books, August baby book, candles, and we have a first aid kit in the back. So the AC is actually off right now so that we can record in here, and it's better for the noise. It is really hot, so excuse me if I'm sweating. So above here is where we store all of our cleaning stuff, and on this side we got one of these little boxes from Hearth and Hand at Target, and that's where we store our important documents. This TV has a mirror on the back side, and so it swivels back and forth. So if you wanted to watch TV in the master bedroom, you just have to slide the doors closed and it does swivel around. And then down here, keep our laundry detergent, some DVDs, and dog food. Nothing that exciting. So as we are traveling, because we do travel to new destinations every few days to a week, we kind of just have to keep a calendar. This also keeps us on track for our videos. So super handy. We love it. So this is a modification that we made because we have traveled now 2 years with infants. Athen was an infant last year when we started traveling, and then this year with August. So there's not a lot of room to honestly put a pack and play next to you, and co-sleeping in a queen size bed is just so difficult. So we have a king size bed at home, so we kind of had to figure out what we were going to do. So as you can see, we have some storage totes underneath. Those fit perfectly next to the bed, and we keep our winter clothes and stuff like that in there. And then this is a Snuggle Me Organic. They run about $135, but it's a co-sleeper. And he is propped up on there safely, and that's where he sleeps. And then behind him, we just keep a little basket full of diapers and burp rags. And then if I do need to access my closet, though, I just have to pull that basket out, which is really easy, and access the clothes. We also keep our vacuum stuff and some boots along the side of it because there's just a little bit of extra room in my pump. And because I'm so short, I have to have a stool. But that stool actually comes in handy for the boys' rooms and for brushing teeth if they want to help do dinner or anything like that. So it works out perfect. Up on this top shelf, this is where we keep our books and just some like socks and underwear and stuff like that. We just like I said earlier, we just took some baskets from home. I do think that you can get like clear plastic totes that will fit up there for like $1 at Target or the dollar store. But again, we were just trying to save money and just go with what we already have. On this side of the bed, there is a handy little access drawer right here. It just flips up, and that is where all of our laundry goes. So it's like a little laundry chute, and it goes through the pass-through storage.
So before we wrap up our tour of the inside, we're going to take a quick break and take a look on the outside here of some of the features that we've got on this model. So this hideout is equipped with the dual propane tanks in the front and the electric jack, which we find to be excellent. We did negotiate in our deal a equalizer hitch that keeps us from swaying as we go down the road. You've got a pass-through storage bin here, and that goes all the way through to the other side where our dirty laundry chute actually drops out. There is a larger door on this side, but I can fit a entire portable air compressor in there. We do have stabilizer jacks as well. Now these are not leveling jacks, these are stabilizer jacks. They help prevent the wobble as you are parked. They are power operated with the button there. They do prevent the wobble, but not as well as I'd like, as if you can see Hudson's running back and forth in there. We're gonna go ahead and go to the other side, and I'll show you the hookups that we've got. So right now we are hooked up to water and electric. It is a 30 amp hookup. We do have slide outs, dual slide outs on this model. And back here you can see the hookups that we have. We do have a freshwater connection with a filter and a brass elbow joint going in. That helps to relieve the pressure coming off of this. You can tell at this campsite we do have some ants crawling along on the outside of our trailer. I've been wondering what to do about that, and I might just have to buy some bug spray to protect our trailer from the bugs. There's quite a few of them. This is where your electrical outlet comes out. Freshwater connection. This is your black tank flush valve. Inside here is your water heater. Down below you've got your gray and your black tank shutoff valves. We do not have a sewer connection here, so we can't show you how that works, but perhaps in another video. We are looking to get some X-Chalk for the tires to try to prevent some of that wobble. We've noticed there's quite a bit of wobble back and forth. We do have the rear slide out on the back of this model as well. We bought a hitch mount for our bumper, and we didn't really want to put too much weight on the back end of this thing. But we do want to put a bike rack on there. I actually borrowed one from a friend to see if we like that model, and we'll probably be buying one. Inside the bumper on most RVs you do store your sewer hose, and so ours is stored in there. You can see that little orange bit hiding out there. If we come over this side you'll see our KYD sticker. We do follow Keep Your Daydream. They inspired us in many ways to get out and live and do adventures on the road. Outside is our outdoor kitchen, and as you can see I call this my garage because I don't actually treat it much like a kitchen. It's more like a workshop. It does have the outdoor fridge, which often has a little bit of beer in it because it's the garage fridge. So a lot of people use this to do outdoor camping and cookouts. I've found it to be more helpful to use to do all of my utility maintenance and things of that nature. So we don't often use our bathroom door. We do have a utility shower outside behind this case here. You can open that up. There's not usually very good water pressure with that. We do have a fantastic awning across the top here with LED light up systems, and this is our freshwater tank connection here. You can take the TV off from the inside and hang it up outside and watch TV from the outside. There's an electrical outlet here and a cable connection. We personally don't watch very much TV at all, so that's not something that we are particularly interested in. So that was a real quick tour of the outside and the exterior of this Keystone Hideout. We've really enjoyed it. There's not much complaints. You know, really one of the biggest complaints is just the style inside, and that's from Amanda's perspective. So she's convinced me that we need to do a basic renovation. I'm not too keen on doing something too complicated, but hopefully it's a little bit of paint, a little bit of restructuring, and we're not going to be delving too much into the structural integrity of the trailer. But overall, great little trailer. We've had zero problems. You know, really the only issues that we've had have been due to not knowing how to RV properly, and thankfully there is YouTube and there's a lot of great people out there who've given us a lot of good tips. So we're going to go back inside and continue the interior tour at this point.
So coming back here, we have our bathroom. It might be a little bit of a tight fit, but if you come in here, there is a shower and a bathtub. And the great thing is that we have our baby bathtub, which is the aqua scale. It fits perfectly in there when you don't have the bath toys in the front. And that was one of the features that we really, really loved about this trailer, was the fact that it did have a bathtub. So Athen and Hudson could sit in there, and we have the bathtub for August. do recommend getting some command strips. The big rubber ones, you could get those. Those would probably be better, but for now we're just using these ones and just hang all of your wet stuff there. This medicine cabinet. Now, it was so cheaply done that in less than a year it is completely broken. So it's empty. We are going to tear it out when we start doing our renovations in here and completely replace it. One of the modifications we have done is adding this little storage rack behind the toilet. It is being held on by the same command strips that you are seeing throughout. I had to kind of like hook them over the bars. But this is how we store all of the stuff that we access every day, plus our towels. And I just wanted to point out that we do have a second entrance. One thing we really loved, because as the boys get older, if we're playing outside or they're muddy, we can just bring them straight through this door and straight into the bathtub instead of like tracking it through the entire RV. Alright, so we're going to show you the boys' room. Excuse me if it's messy, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, it's not surprisingly that messy. So, this little slide does fit to pack and place side by side very easily, or you can do what we did. This little fold out thing right here, and what Hudson's sitting on, is what we call the cube couch, and that is just a fold out bed that they can eventually sleep on, and when it's folded up it is a couch. So we just moved it over. Athens' bed is here. He'll eventually sleep up here this next season that we go on. For now we're just using it for storage, for extra diapers, their socks, stuff like that. On this side of the bed is Hudson's big bunk that we use. He does need a bumper because he has rolled off and it was very sad. But this ladder just kind of folds up into here, and we store all of the boys' toys underneath here. There is a huge storage area underneath here. And one of the modifications I want to do is adding another rack across so that we can hang some more clothes, just because right now August clothes don't actually fit being hung up. Right now all of the boys' clothes are folded down underneath. We store some books, blankets, and all that stuff. So whenever we travel, we just lay down the icons, pick up the noise machine, throw it up here, move some stuff around, and pull in the slide, and their room is super easy to travel with. That sums up the tour of our RV, and it's the Keystone Hideout 31 RV DS.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and like and subscribe. Follow along. If you are a family traveling with small kids, check in frequently because we'll have tips and updates coming along the way, and hopefully you can be inspired to adventure outside the lines.
Yeah.